What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily, presented by Manscape. Go to manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products. Nayote asks, who's going to have the best record this upcoming season? Last year was the Ravens. I'm going to put my money, though, on the Chiefs. It's not pretty,
I have the Chiefs at 13-3. I went through their schedule. You can go check it out on the Chiefs channel, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. I just think they're the best team, Mitch. The schedule's tough. Everybody's going to be hunting them, but they have the best roster. So I'm going to go with the best team. I'll go with Kansas City is the best record in 2020. But Baltimore, New Orleans, those teams will be right there at the top competing for it.
Continue to use hashtag NFL, where you can super chat to get your question on the show. Got close to 1,700 people watching, and guess what? There's a lot of y'all. So if you want your question here, super chat is the easiest way. If the Falcons miss the playoffs and they fire GM and head coach, would you rebuild by trading vets or continue to build around Julio and Matt Ryan?
That's a tough question.
That is a great question.
Because let's say 6-10, 7-8, whatever it is. At that point, Quinn's out. Matt Ryan's, what is he at that point? 33, 34.
He's
Julio's
37.
Oh, really? That old? 37? I mean, that's even older than I thought. Julio's getting up there.
He's actually 35.
Yeah, 35, which sounds old, but, guys are playing until they're 40 now. So you could still go all in, but how close are you really if you're Atlanta at that point? So they're going to have to make some decisions next offseason if they do not make the playoffs this year.
Are you ready for some football? Harrison, are you? Oh, yes, he did it. All right, if y'all are ready for some football, if you could, like the video right now. We got close to 1,700 people watching. I don't know about you. I haven't been able to sleep. I am super, super stoked for football finally. We only got 101 likes on this live video, so if you could, please like it. Harrison and I, earlier on, we were trying to get to 350 likes.
Man, we're not going to get there.
We're not even close. So we're going to get yelled at by our bosses. If you don't want us to get yelled at by our bosses,
please like the video.
Please like the video. We would definitely appreciate it. We only got 108, 113. Please do. We would definitely appreciate it because hopefully you're ready for some football. Steve G, who will finish higher, the Patriots or the Buccaneers?
That's the question everybody wants to know. I actually think it's fairly obvious. I think it's the Bucs. I'm not 100% confident, but I'd put it at about 80%. I just think they're a much better team.
What do y'all think?
Division, but I do think it'll be the
Type
Bucs.
P for Patriots, type B for the Bucs. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well. They're just a more complete team for me. I think they're going to be able to run the football. Okay offensive line, great receiving options, and the defense. I don't know if it's not better than the Patriots, but it's actually a lot closer than what people will actually give it credit for, just due to the amount of opt-outs that New England had. So I see Tracy says the Patriots, and then we're getting some other votes coming in here for the Buccaneers as well. P for Patriots or type B for the Bucs. Next question's coming in from Maddie Jackson. Where can you see E.T. signing? Oh, boy.
I think teams are going to wait till after week 1 so they can give him a non-guaranteed deal. So
it's
that's
tough, man.
one.
I mean, you're getting into this Antonio Brown territory.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a team like the Baltimore Ravens, who were 14-2, who were right there in the Super Bowl.
And they were like, see ya, you're such a mess, we don't want anything to do with you, even though we're in the middle of a Super Bowl window.
Yeah.
That speaks volume. That's not the Raiders getting rid of AB when they're not really ready to compete at a high level. The Ravens are
Don't tell Raider fans
one of the
that.
best teams on paper, and they cut one of the better safeties in the league. He may not play this year. That's very possible.
Yeah. All right, Robert, get a picture. With Von Miller out, what are the chances the Broncos make it in the playoffs?
Before the injury, I would have said about 30%. After the injury, I'll say 20 to 25. I don't think it's going to...
I probably would have said 15%, and now I'm going to go down to 10. The Broncos, for me, just don't do it. And it's nothing against them. The AFC is a pretty tough division. There's a lot of teams fighting for there. And
yeah.
The AFC West is going to beat up on each other because the Chargers, the Raiders, the Broncos, they're all in a mix, and they're going to be splitting a lot of games. So I'll say 10, 15%.
Yeah, maybe more like 15. I was probably a little lofty there.
If you're looking for the best NFL coverage all season, you found it. All you got to do now is click that subscribe button. It takes about, 1 second to click. There you go. And it's 100% free, and we will continue to be free for the next 365 days. We are approaching 200,000 subs, and I can't wait to get there. For everyone that's already been part of the ride, we thank you. And because without the community, Chat Sports wouldn't be anything because we are interactive. Plus, we do go live every Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, for those of you that aren't already subbed. Jeff Rogers, Josh Jacobs will lead the league in rushing yards. This is actually something that I talked about in a bold predictions video for the Raiders. If he averages 5 yards per carry, he averaged 4.8 last year. It's a better offensive line, more weapons around him. If he can stay fully healthy, 300 carries, 5 yards per carry. That's 1,500 yards. Derrick Henry was 1,540 last year. So
hashtag math.
Hashtag math. All right, Robert, you're up here again. Make sure that you guys are using hashtag NFL or Super Chat. Cowboys to have 3 1,000-yard receivers.
I don't know what a yard is, so I'm going to say no on that one. 3,000-yard receivers, it could happen.
No, I don't see it.
I think it's more likely that the three of Cooper, Gallup, and Lamb combine for 3,000, but for all three of them to individually get 1,000 each, that's pretty difficult.
I believe the last time it happened was the Denver Broncos with, I believe, Wes Welker, Demaryius Thomas, and Emmanuel Sanders.
That sounds
with
right.
Peyton Manning.
Or Julius Thomas. It may have been Julius Thomas.
Oh, man. Either way, it was a lot of talent. I think Dak's going to have a good statistical year. He threw for 4,900 yards, but I do not anticipate 3 1,000-yard receivers. Tom's telling me it was the Cardinals in 2008. That was the last team to have 3 1,000-yard receivers. So could my 49ers win the Super Bowl? Sure, they could. I just don't think it's going to happen.
They were there last year. They're definitely one of the contenders, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They're one. I think they're in the top 5 teams contending. If you missed our power rankings video, that's on you. You need to subscribe. But yeah, I think they're right there in the mix. And if they can get healthy, stay healthy, and Jimmy G takes that next step, they're definitely a contender to do that.
The champions in the ball game for men, it is Manscaped. Get the perfect package, 20% off and free shipping. All you got to do is go to manscaped.com/chat. We're hooking you up with the best deal on the internet. In fact, I challenge you to be able to go out and find a better deal. You're not going to be able to go out and do it. 20% off free shipping, manscaped.com/chat. That link is going to be available in the comments section and in the description. And it also comes with the best boxers that you'll ever wear and a traveling case. So if you do plan on going somewhere, I promise y'all, I went to Vegas about a month ago. My toothpaste blew up. Luckily, I had the case, and we're all good here. Just try to hook you up with the best deal out there. Make sure your downstairs is completely shaved and completely looking good. Manscaped's going to help you do that. BL, you're next up here on NFL Daily. Continue to use hashtag NFL because Harrison and we are getting ready to leave here. So if you do want to get your questions, make sure you're super chatting. Who will be Brady's favorite receiver, Godwin or Mike Evans?
I think it'll be Godwin because he can do more of that underneath stuff that Brady likes to do. That doesn't mean Evans won't be good, but I think Godwin will be a higher target guy and a guy he trusts more in third downs, key situations. So I'll go Godwin, but I do think both will have monster years.
No, I agree with you. Also in terms of tight ends, I think it'd be more interesting O.J. Howard or Gronk because they're also in the mix there. But I'm going to agree. I think Godwin fits what Brady still can do at a very, very high level. Yes, Mike Evans is more of a field stretcher, but Brady, until I see a true decrease, until I see he's totally fallen off, you can't count out both of these guys, but I do think both of them have over 1,000 receiving yards this year. Everett Thomas, Singletary, or Chris Carson for week 1 or for the entire season?
Or just a better running back. If you're talking fantasy, I'm going to go
Chris Carson against the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I like that match. The thing about Carson is you know what you're going to get. He's steady. He usually rushes between 60 and 80 yards, often gives you a touchdown.
See, the only thing with the Bills, though, they are home against the New York Jets. Singletary last year, over 700 rushing yards, 5.1 yards per carry.
He's the higher ceiling play here for sure.
If you were asking me just in your fantasy league, Chris Carson or Singletary, I go Chris Carson. If you want a, sleeper to play, if you will, on DraftKings or FanDuel, maybe go with somebody like Devin Singletary. All right, John Dorman. Can the Bears have 2 1,000-yard wide receivers? Wow.
It's not very likely, and here's why. 1, they don't really have a true number 2.
1, Mitchell Trubisky. 2, Nick Foles.
Yeah, 1, they've never had a 4,000-yard passer in Chicago, literally. I think it's the only franchise in the NFL who's never had that.
Bring back
2,
Jay.
Allen Robinson will be a 1,000-yard guy if he's healthy, but, Anthony Miller, is he going to give you 1,000? I think he's more of 700-800.
Yep.
Cole Kmet's not ready to do that. Jimmy Graham's not giving you 1,000. Ted Ginn ain't giving you 1,000. They're not going to have 2. They're going to have 1.
Next question's coming in from Isaiah Boggs. Who is Dak Prescott's favorite target? It's Amari Cooper.
You know what?
You're going to go Gallup?
It kind of became that down the stretch last year. I'm just saying. All the reports, terrific camp. A lot of the guys who cover the Cowboys say, don't be shocked if Gallup is the number one receiver on this team. I still think it's Cooper for now.
Okay.
But don't be shocked if that changes to Gallup and eventually maybe even CeeDee Lamb.
Ooh, All right, maybe they shouldn't have paid Amari Cooper $60 million guaranteed.
They're just going to trade him after next year anyway.
Okay, you heard it here first.
You heard it here.
So type in your votes here. Which NFL team has the best roster? So top to bottom, offense, defense. Which NFL team has the best roster? I think we're both going to agree it's probably the Kansas City Chiefs. If you want to go another route, I'll give a shout-out to the Saints.
You can argue the pure best roster could be another team, but the Chiefs' offense is just at such a different level. They make up for that. But their defense is sneaky good, too.
I think the Saints you could at least throw in there. They have a very good offense, a very good defense
I think
as
a fully
well.
healthy 49ers is in that mix if Jimmy G improves, because everywhere else they're loaded.
I can't put the Seahawks in that conversation because
they have
it's Russell Wilson.
They have holes on defense.
Yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson is great, and he absolutely carries that team. Jaden Sereno St. Clair. Will Golladay be top 5 by the end of the year? This is a very good question. I'll say this.
I took him in my fantasy league last night.
I did too. I mean, Kenny Golladay is one of the smoothest wide receivers out there. Led the NFL in receiving touchdowns last year with 11. And actually, if he would have had Matthew Stafford for the whole season, he might have put up 15. So can Golladay finish as a top 5 receiver?
Yeah, he can.
Yeah,